I'm Chris Smith, and this is my quilt called Penelope Skates Out of Darkness. This small quilt started out as just an exercise to take a piece of hand-painted fabric and create a little whole cloth quilt for the practice of seeing what I could see in the fabric and quilting it. I sat and stared at the fabric for a while from all different directions, and this creature kept popping out at me. All I could see, no matter how I turned the fabric, was this creature, which reminded me of a Dr. Seuss character. You can't really say what it is, but I saw these ears, and I saw the mouth and the nose, and then I saw these little forearm paws, and it looked like it was skating. So I quilted it in like that with the ice skates and everything. And then I also thought that the sky looked rather foreboding. And so I looked at it some more, and I saw these little light areas that resembled angels to me. So I quilted in the angels, and then just filled in the rest with some background quilting. And it was sort of a whimsical kind of a piece, I thought. And after I finished it, I kind of paused and prayed a little bit for what its name was, and the name came to me, Penelope Skates Out of Darkness. And I thought, well, that's interesting, because I've been doing some training on how to help people go from dark to light in their spiritual lives, and this foreboding sky kind of seemed like that. But I had no idea where the name Penelope came from. This was the last quilt I did before the holiday season, when I went with my family up to Tahoe for a ski trip. There wasn't any snow, so we went ice skating instead. I'd been skating for quite a while, really enjoying it. Suddenly I started focusing on my grandson, and I took my focus off of my skating, and guess what? I was about to fall. I put out both arms to catch my fall because I've had back problems before, and I broke both of my arms. I came home from the skating trip and walked into my studio and saw this quilt, which I'd forgotten about, and went, I can't believe it. Skating out of darkness and all these angels there. If it weren't for the angels there, I probably could have really hurt my back or cracked my head open or who knows what. So it's really tough to have both arms in casts and not be able to do anything for yourself. But I had this attitude of gratitude at that point, because I realized from the quilt that it could have been so much worse, and it was really not a big deal to have broken both of my arms. And then I blogged about this, and a friend emailed me and said, do you know what the name Penelope means? Penelope was the wife of Odysseus, which is strangely like the word for Dr. Seuss, Odysseus, S-E-U-S. And his wife Penelope would spend her evenings weaving and unweaving, waiting for her husband to return from all of his travels. My husband travels extensively, and what I do at night is quilt and, maybe even stitch and unstitch as I'm waiting for him to return. And the similarities were just too amazing. So again, I really think that this was a quilt that represents spirit at work and healing and hope.